Alright, so let's go ahead and solve this one by using some trigonometric identities. This one's a bit of a confusing one. So we know we're going to have to use the quotient rule here. So we'll start off with assigning the g of x and f of x to both of these. And then we can start by writing the 1 plus tan x and then sine x prime minus sine x parentheses 1 plus tan x prime. And then that's going to be over the 1 plus tan x squared. Then we have the derivative, so nothing with the first parentheses here. This changes to cosine x, that's the derivative of sine x. And then write sine x, and then the derivative of 1 plus tan x, that's the derivative of 1, which is 0, and the derivative of tan x is secant squared x over the 1 plus tan x squared. So you could technically leave it this way, or you can use trigonometric identities. So let's do that. The secant squared x, we're going to go ahead and split. And then the tan x as well. So let me write that. Let me highlight them instead. So this tan x and this secant squared x, we're actually going to change. So let's go ahead and rewrite that as 1. So technically speaking, like, you could probably just say this is the final answer. But if your professor says to use some trigonometric identities to simplify it, well, you're going to have to simplify it. So tan x is sine x cosine x. And so then we have cosine x on the outside here. Minus the sine x, and then secant squared x is 1 over cosine squared x. 1 over cosine squared x. And that's all over the 1, or over the tan x, 1 plus tan x squared. All right, so now let's go ahead and try to simplify. So again, I had squared this in red, because technically speaking, that could be your final answer. You can simplify it and whatever. But let's go ahead and use the identities here now. We've used them. Now let's distribute. Actually, let's distribute this cosine x to the terms on the left here. So we're going to have cosine x, and then plus sine x cosine x times cosine x. And then minus, so what we're going to actually do here is split that. We're going to go ahead and split this 1 cosine squared x into 2 of them. So without the square, of course. So technically speaking, we're going to have sine x cosine x times 1 over cosine x. So you can see there, if we were to multiply these two, cosine x will have the cosine squared x. But we're not going to multiply them. We're just going to leave it as is, as we have it here. And then over the 1 plus tan x squared. I'm going to try to go as fast as possible, but at the same time explaining. These two could cancel out, so we're left with cosine x plus sine x. We could change this sine x, so this one highlighted here. The sine x over cosine x is tan x, so minus tan x. And then we can change this 1 over cosine x to secant x over the 1 plus tan x squared. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our final answer.